this is the big moment we all been waiting for.
Yeah.
And I have with me the fantastic Niraj and Narayan. Big day for you.
Yes,
You're going to be launching your next big product. You're going to be unveiling this.
Yes.
So tell me something in a minute about this and what this moment means to you.
I mean, it is our extension of what we built over 8-9 years of R&D, completely imagined, designed and made in India. We first launched the F47 and this is going to be our next flagship product called the X47, expanding the market, expanding the use cases and the utility value of what we built. So we're getting radar technology onto two-wheelers for the first time across the world in this segment of two-wheelers.
Exciting. And what's your vision for this bike, say a couple of years from now?
So the idea here with this motorcycle, the X47, we call it the X47 crossover, is to go across segments, across categories, deal with the dualities that exist in India, different kinds of terrain, different kinds of roads. And the idea here is to make a motorcycle that extends segments and is very accessible to the entire Indian market as well.
Fantastic. So if there's a word to describe this bike which we are going to unveil,
Yes.
what would that word be to each of you differently? One word.
It's called a crossover.
Crossover. Okay.
And future ready.
Future ready.
Yes.
Shall we come on, let's press this together, guys.
Sure.
And let's record this moment in history so that when the world talks about how this big bike first was unveiled here at Republic, from Republic with our love to the world. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go! What a beauty. What an F.
Yeah, that's the X47.
It's powerful and it's hungry.
Yes. The highest torque in any motorcycle across India in terms of the rear wheel outputting 600 plus Newton meter. Highest range across Asia, in fact, with 323 kilometers, and of course, radars are the new innovation that we're bringing in.
Come, let's take a pic with one of you sitting here. Come.
Narayan,
Take a ride. Narayan. Take the first ride of the bike. So much hard work. Really proud of you. Oh, we're sitting here with the fantastic Narayan and Niraj, co-founders of this beautiful company called Ultraviolette. And they've put together this beauty, which is their latest machine, and it is called the X47. This X47, when you look at this, the first thing, you feel so proud that this is made in India. And you wouldn't believe this was possible in our country till recently, right? I mean, is that the first sentiment you still have? You're very much with the product. Tell me about this machine. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your vision. What are you guys trying to do?
Sure. So when we got started in 2016, we were working abroad. I was working in Europe, Niraj was in US, and we felt it was time for India to take pole position in design and technology. So my background is from automobile design, Niraj comes from a technology, computer science background, and we knew the country has the talent on hardware and software, but true disruption was not happening in the auto space, and that is what motivated us to get started with what today is Ultraviolette.
What about you?
Yes, so we've known each other for a long time. We've been working on different types of electronic systems, battery technology. And 2016 is where we started working on this. And over a period of 8-9 years, we built out the foundational aspects of the electric vehicles and safety systems. And today, with the launch of the X47, we're super excited because these are the same motorcycles that are being made, manufactured in India, in Bangalore, and being shipped out to every other part of the world.
Still not your product. What does this product really mean? What does this do? Why did you want to make a bike?
Sure.
Why not something else? It's a crowded sector, no? You already have Kawasaki's and whatnot. So many other companies which are already in the sector, very established companies. So you're taking them on. Why?
Absolutely. So this space has had electric vehicle attempts, a lot of them actually in the scooter space, right? And we've seen some amount of success with the low-powered segments, with the advent of certain startups and even the larger companies. But when it comes to motorcycles, we're talking about higher power levels, the equivalent of a 300cc, a 400, a 500cc. Building the EV technology was never easy for anyone for that matter, which is one of the reasons why when we started, we had to build everything from scratch. From the battery technology here, the motor controllers, the charging systems, the vehicle control units, everything had to be done from scratch because the challenges of dealing with higher power levels, higher endurance.
So from scratch means what? Like you're not importing the systems or the parts?
No. So
you're making them?
Yes, we are designing from scratch the electronic subsystems, the safety systems, everything is being done from scratch. And that takes time, right? It's not easy because, traditionally India hasn't been producing electronic systems in that sense, right? So we have the foundational aspects in the country in terms of electronics assembly and things like that. But in terms of capabilities on building PCBs, in terms of building safety systems, safety critical systems.
Yeah, so this is actually an example of Indian manufacturing, isn't it? I mean, like this.
Yes.
We keep saying we are not good at manufacturing, the agriculture-based economy. This actually undoes that.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, on the IP, we hold over 200 patents on battery technology, the vehicle control units, the motor controllers. So it's taken time, but step by step through the last 8 years, we've now got the whole electric powertrain stack completely in-house from hardware to...
Is this bike already like on the roads in Europe?
The X47 launches today.
This launches today in Europe?
This launches today in India. And
your F77, your earlier variant, is already flying
yes.
off the shelves, I'm told, in Europe. Tell me about the experience of that. Have you seen your bike being used there?
Yes.
Have you met the people who are the aficionados of your bike? What
yes. So this journey started about 3 years back when we first showcased our vehicles at the Milan Auto Expo called the EICMA show. And we got a lot of interest from the distributors from various parts of Europe. So we then took the next 2 years to formalize our...
Where in Europe are you getting the most buzz?
I think France is a very, very interesting market. Germany is interesting. UK has a lot of attention coming in. Spain and Portugal go live by October this year. And all of our distributors are doubling down on, their order bookings from the
So who's your competition in Europe, in France?
I think it would be companies like BMW that have a couple of electric vehicle options in the two-wheeler space. Harley-Davidson has a motorcycle called the lakh.
So what is it about this bike that is better or worse than the BMW? Tell me. Tell me about what it is about this bike. Let's get the feel of this bike, right? And that you get by holding the bike. When you hold your...
Right.
If this was a BMW,
right,
how would it be different?
All right. So in the auto space, for example, 3 factors are very important: design, performance, and the cost of the automobile.
Okay.
In the electric vehicle space, we are the only company that has a control over all 3 aspects. Product of a similar price point in Europe offers half the range and half the power of what we are able to. And that, I think, is a result of in-house R&D over the last 8 years.
Is this more expensive or less expensive?
This we're retailing at about 9,000 euro in Europe, which falls in the mid-segment category of motorcycles.
Yeah.
So in the ICE engine world, you have...
So it's not a cheaper bike?
It is on par with...
It's on par with
so
all
there
of the
is
gasoline.
no attempt at any point of time to say it's an Indian bike, we're going to sell it for less.
No. Creating technology value was the most important factor for us.
Making it exist was the first difficult challenge that we dealt with. The second was making it comparable in price to the gasoline-powered bikes, and that's the second one. And that's what Narayan was talking about in terms of competition.
What is the first index of comparison there, Niraj, compared to the fuel-run bikes? What is that?
So
First comparison, how would it ride differently compared to a gasoline bike?
So when it comes to performance, usually there are 2 or 3 parameters. One comes acceleration and top speed. Right, you talk about 0 to 60, 0 to 100. You have a sub 3 seconds 0 to 60, sub 8 seconds 0 to 100. You have a top speed of 155 kilometers per hour with the F77 and 145 here. And the next comes elements of how the vehicle behaves. So the gasoline bikes have always been over the last several decades, been optimized for handling and riding. They're amazing at that, and that's something that we had to be as good as or better than that.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've done as well.
What's the range of the bike?
So we get a range of 323 kilometers.
How does it compare to the fuel bikes?
It's more than a full tank of petrol in a comparable category.
Yeah.
Yes. So one full tank of petrol does about 200-250 kilometers on a mid-segment motorcycle, and we do 300.
But it must be more difficult to fuel up to charge this bike, right?
Yes.
Is it easy to charge the bike?
This vehicle
Suppose I buy the bike, I drive 400 kilometers in the middle of a forest,
Yes.
and I have nowhere to go.
So what
How do I
done,
charge my bike?
What we've done here is the product is from our side, the first product to come with an onboard charger. So you have the charger integrated here
Where's the charger?
under the seat,
You can open it.
and all you need is a cable that goes from here to any 15 amp socket.
15 amp wall socket.
Any 15 amp wall socket.
Yes, that's
So I can
all.
go to anyone's house and charge the
Yes, absolutely. And further, in addition,
That's amazing. That's actually quite a big differentiator.
Right.
Yes. And over and above that, we also support car charge with using car chargers. We
Yeah.
are able to charge the vehicle as well.
Oh, this is quite incredible. This is a unique differentiator. You said you have some radar features which you've introduced on this. What kind of radar features? Is this about safety, anti-collision?
Yes. So this was actually a feature that we've been working on for the last 2.5, 3 years.
What's
And
it called?
we call that Hypersense. And
Hypersense.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason being, one of the major factors that we saw in terms of motorcycle safety is that while you're wearing a helmet and you got your hands on the controls, you're limited in terms of your visibility. You're limited to what you see in front of you, and when you start looking at peripheral vision, it starts to fade away, and at the back
And you lose
rear-
focus.
Yes, right. And so what we've done is on the motorcycle at the rear, we have a long-range radar installed. This is the 6th generation radar technology, which helps the vehicle see up to 200 meters away, and all vehicles across the entire field of view. And it alerts you in case there's a vehicle that is, it starts to detect vehicles that have a time to impact of less than 2 seconds, and starts to make sure that you are alerted in terms of anyone attempting to overtake you, anyone in your blind spot. We've got different types of warnings and messages, and it is fully in your field of view so that you can make
So
sure.
that's like a rear collision device.
Yes.
And
Rear
it's effective.
collision.
It's very effective, I think. It's
Yes.
very important.
Yes, and it also warns the riders and the vehicles behind you. It starts blinking the different lights, and it warns them that there's an impending, safety hazard. So this is something that
And we've had to calibrate it for a motorcycle segment. For a four-wheeler, for instance, the car is always maintaining the same relative angle to the ground plane. Here, you're leaning the bike when you go into corners. So if the
Yeah.
bike leans 20 degrees, the radar needs to recalibrate itself real time.
No, that's true. But I think what you've got with this fast DC charging is also a big differentiator
Yes.
for the bike. Does this compare to the global bikes, the big companies that are there who are in this business? How does it compare to that?
I think we're ahead of the curve on pretty much every parameter of the electric powertrain. Power density, energy density on both the chargers and the batteries. Air-cooled systems, so we don't have to deal with the extra weight and cost of liquid-cooled systems. That was a very important innovation for us. And in terms of being at price parity with IC engine products, but offering higher specs.
But now tell me, all this is very good. But suppose I buy this bike. I'm in northeastern India, in Guwahati, or I'm in, Madurai.
Sure, right.
The big problem with new companies like you people will have is that you're not going to be reliable on servicing. Have you got that sorted out? Do you have a service network? If a complex machine like this, something goes wrong, it's going to be difficult to fix, right?
Yes.
So how can you assure all your potential customers
Right.
that you've got that part worked out?
So what we did is take it slow and steady. The first 1 year of our retail operations was only based in Bangalore. So the first few batches of vehicles were sold only in Bangalore, and we took that time to stabilize our supply chain, after sales, service training modules. So now we have a syllabus that every partner goes through the training process. Every city that we are present across India. Today we go from Madurai, Coimbatore, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai, all the way to Delhi. We are across Siliguri, Jaipur, Agra, multiple cities in the north and the east, including Calcutta. I think should be in Guwahati in about 2 months' time. Each of these cities is equipped with sales, service, and spares, and adequate training is done with our dealer partners. And I think we have a
So that's not negative for you. It's actually you're turning it into positive.
Yes. And further, what we've also done is we've stabilized and made the product very robust, right? So, for example, some of our customers have actually clocked more than 90,000 kilometers and approaching the 1 kilometer mark. And this is
On the F47.
on the F47, right? Which is based on the similar platform that has gone in. And all
So
the
what's been your
technology.
learning from your earlier bike? Like not about the bike itself, but
Right.
maybe as you mature as a company,
Right.
maybe you have some learning from your previous bike which you would like to share,
Yes.
which probably as you've used while building this.
I think fundamental would be onboard charging. That came in as a request, like Niraj mentioned. Some of our customers or owners have done close to 100,000 kilometers in 15 months. That's 7 to 8,000 kilometers a month, and with that kind of touring, they have to carry
What's
the
the
charger.
segment of people who buy your bikes? Like F77 was a sports product.
Yes.
This one is slightly broader.
Yes.
It's what you call a street to roadster. Explain what a street to roadster concept is like.
Right.
What is the ground it covers?
I think the USP of the X47 is the ability to cross over multiple terrain. So from our regular road usage to highway riding to the soft roading and off-roading that you might encounter once in a while on the weekend rides, we've designed it to be capable of all of that as well. So while the F77 is more urban-centric, this product is designed to go a lot beyond.
Tell me about it. This is deep tech. What's the deep learning, Narayan and Niraj, in building this product for both of you? What's the one deep learning
So for
that you had?
one of the things that we realized when we started the company and started to build it here was that we had to go, into a stage of vertical integration, which meant that from the embedded system software, the neural networks, the embedded hardware, the digital electronics, analog, power electronics. For us, building capabilities in each of these different domains and then going deep within each of those to solve some very, very fundamental problems, whether it comes to power, thermal efficiency, cooling, all of these became critical aspects, and those became the patents that Narayan was talking about. And for us, that's, it's a pretty big deal that over a period of 8 years, we were able to solve some very fundamental product problems.
Viewers, the reason I'm so proud of what Narayan and Niraj have done is because at a time when we had the Commerce Minister recently at a startup conference say that, startups should not just be about food delivery products. And I think in that cynicism, he was making a very strong point, wasn't he? I mean, he was saying that you need to go deeper into product and manufacturing and technology that can take India into a level of manufacturing Atmanirbharta. So I think that is important, So what would you like to say to all potential startup founders out there who would like to get into manufacturing? Do you believe a product like this begins to show the way? I think it shows the way in a great way. What do you guys think?
We certainly hope this lights a spark. We've been through the hard part of that journey, 2015-16, when we were trying to get people interested either to join the company or to invest in the company or to be part of us, from a growth perspective. So a lot of those times we've seen a lot of skepticism that how will you compete with the big companies both in India and across the world.
Yep.
And while we had that conviction, and while now the 600 people on the team have a lot of conviction, I definitely hope this sparks that intent to back companies, like not just financially, back in every way of support possible from the ecosystem. And if we have 100 more of such entities, then India is going to be at a different scale altogether.
Absolutely. In the course of the details of an entrepreneurial journey, do you lose sight of the big picture, which Narayan spoke about right now?
In fact, we keep going back to why we started this, because the journey and the challenges that we encounter, you often question yourself and ask yourself, why are you doing this? It's so difficult, right? And we come back to the point of, we started the company to accelerate innovation and to do that from India, and we will stick to that, right? Which is why we introduce features like the radar and the chargers, and we keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible.
Yeah.
And when we usually start out, there are people and everything telling us that something like this is not possible right here in India. And going back to that helps.
Well, in that sense, it's very symbolic. I'm really happy, and we're very privileged to be part of your launch today, because we consider ourselves to be that company in the media space, starting small and thinking big and going global. We are both 8-year-old as companies. We share a lot in common. I'm very excited that you chose us, and I really wish you the best of luck. And if there's anything we can do to help you support your ecosystem, we'd love to be part of that journey. To all your supporters, founders, investors, I'd like to congratulate them. And to everyone watching this broadcast, I think the reason to buy yourself an Ultraviolette, not because it's fantastic, it's because it's made in India. And that's what makes us so proud about this. Thank you, Narayan. Thank you, Niraj. God be with you in this journey, and may Ultraviolette touch the skies. Thank you.
Thank you, and wish you the same.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.